A very good morning to all of you, HC. Welcome to the biology class, children. Hope you all are fine. Now, in the last class, children, we were discussing about the last practice, agriculture practice, which was storage, and after that we talked about the nitrogen cycle. So when I was telling you the nitrogen cycle, I told you that many of the nutrients, most of the nutrients, they need to be recycled. Recycle means they change their form and in different form they are present and they need to come back to the one from where they started. So that is why we call it a cycle. We have cycles for all the nutrients, all the minerals. Yes. And the same way we have nitrogen cycle, which is in relation to the plant growth. And that is why we are going to study about the nitrogen cycle. Children, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. In case my voice is not reachable, please tell me, please inform me. Okay, children? Yes. So what happens is that in nitrogen cycle we study because in what way does this nitrogen, as I told you that it is one of the important nutrient which is needed by the plant. So how is it returned from the, how is it returned? It comes back to the soil. In what way it moves from one form to another in nature? That is what we are going to discuss. So, and one more thing is there that I told you in the previous class, that nitrogen is present in such a big amount in nature. Yes, almost 70%, 78% of it is. Yes, somebody wants to say something. Yes, Anusha, you want to say something, beta? Anusha Trivedi, you want to say something?
No,
Children,
ma'am,
are you?
it's mistake.
Yes. Yes, Anusha?
No, ma'am, I don't want to say anything. It is by mistake.
Okay, okay, fine. I could see your hand raised, that is why. Fine. Okay. So what I was telling you that it is present in such a big amount, but still there is a problem. The problem is that the plants cannot take up the nitrogen in the same form. This you have studied in your class 7 also. So that is why, but now we know that it is very important also. So what is going to happen? Then how are the plants going to take it? So plants take the nitrogen only in the soluble form, in the form of nitrate or nitrite. As you know that these nutrients, they exist in different form. So here plants can only take it in the form of nitrates or in the form of nitrites. This much is clear to all, as this was discussed previously. Now how this is going to be converted, in what form can it be converted, in what way can it be converted, so that it can be easily taken up by the plant. Now if you remember, I'll just give you a small recap of what you did in class 7. Have you studied about rhizobium bacterium in class 7 in lesson number 1? Rhizobium bacterium, nitrogen fixating bacteria.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll be discussing about that, and we will also be discussing that how the atmospheric nitrogen can be fixed in nature. Let's see about it. So the first one is that lightning. When lightning occurs, what is lightning? Tell me. What is lightning? Come on, class 8C. What is lightning? A process that you see in the atmosphere. What does it mean? What is it called in Hindi?
बिजली चमकना.
Yes, correct. It takes so much of time. And moreover, today I'll be talking to you personally because only 12, I can see 12 there in the call. Fine. So, yes, so when lightning takes place, yes, then what happens? As a result of lightning, this nitrogen which is present in the environment, in the air, it reacts with the oxygen. Now you know all the gases are present, so this nitrogen reacts with the oxygen, and when anything adds to the oxygen, what is formed? Oxide is formed. You can take a pencil and you can make a note of it so that you can remember it when you study it again. So when lightning takes place, nitrogen, it reacts with oxygen, and what happens? What is formed? Oxides are formed. Yes. Now since nitrogen is reacting right now, so oxide of nitrogen is formed. Had it been some other gas, oxide of that gas might have been formed. So oxide of nitrogen is formed. Now children, just understand, if the oxide, now supposing if it is, what is the oxide of nitrogen? What is the oxide of nitrogen? Come on, quickly tell me. What are you going to call it? Oxide of nitrogen. Quickly. Krishna Srivastav. Anyone? Oxide of nitrogen? Okay. Now repeat after me. Oxide of nitrogen is nitrogen oxide. So what is oxide of sulfur then?
Ma'am, sulfur oxide.
Okay. Fine. What about the oxide of magnesium? All of you quickly.
Ma'am, magnesium oxide.
What about the oxide of calcium?
Calcium oxide.
Yes. So we have oxide of nitrogen. Now you have NO2. Yes. Oxide of nitrogen. Now if it acts with water, what is the formula for water?
H2O.
So when it rains, yes. Do you understand that when it rains, water is available in the environment along with the gases? So this NO2, the oxide of nitrogen, it reacts with H2O, that is water. क्या बनेगा बताइए जरा? H2O plus NO2 gives what? Which acid? H2O will react with NO2. What will be formed? Write it on a piece of paper or on your book and just see. H2O plus NO2. It gives what? Anyone? It gives HNO3. And what is HNO3? If you don't know HNO3, then it is very bad class 8C. What have you been doing in your 7th then? HNO3 is which acid?
Nitric acid.
Yes, it is nitric acid. Those who are not telling, please write it at least for now. Forget rest of the chemistry part, but at least this you should know. This is important. Okay? Yes. So you have nitric acid formed. इतना समझ में आया सबको? Again I repeat, during lightning, because of lightning, nitrogen reacts with oxygen. What is formed? Quickly give the answer so that I proceed. What is formed?
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Yes, when lightning occurs, nitrogen reacts with oxygen. What is formed?
Ma'am, oxide.
Yes, of nitrogen. Yes. Now this oxide of nitrogen, that is NO2, when it is going to react with water, rain water, पानी बरस रहा है, ये सब कुछ हो रहा है actually. मैम कुछ अलग से नहीं बता रही हैं. Yes, when it rains. So when it rains, what does actually rain? It is water. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So when this oxide of nitrogen it mixes with water, which acid is formed? All of you I want the answer from quickly.
Nitric acid.
Nitric acid is formed. All of you, unmute your mics and quickly say what is formed.
Nitric acid. Nitric acid.
Yes, nitric acid is.
acid.
Yes, nitric acid is formed. Fine. Now this nitric acid, when it is going to react with the soil, now it is going to come down. पानी बरस के कहाँ आता है?
Ma'am, soil.
Soil. Thank God you know that. Yes. So it comes down to soil, and in the soil, the bases are present. You know about acids and bases. Some bases are present. These bases are soluble in water. जो bases water में soluble होते हैं उनको हम alkali बोलते हैं. Okay बेटा? So these, and I again tell you that please do not touch the screen.